I accidentally watched a clip from a Colombian program about these two sets of twins. So the summary will be, there are two sets of twins. So the first one is William and Jorge, who were born in the city, in Bogota. And at the same time, there was another set of twins being born in Santander, which his names are Wilber and Carlos. They were preemies, all of them. Carlos got a little bit sick and was taken from Santander, which is a rural area in Colombia, to the city in Bogota, and was brought to the same hospital where Jorge and William were born. And by accident, were exchanged. So William, instead of being in Bogota, was sent to the countryside in Santander and grew up with Wilber, thinking that they were fraternal twins. And in Bogota stayed Jorge, which was born there, and Carlos, and grew up in a household thinking that they were fraternal twins. And after 25 years of not knowing about each other's existence, they found about, and then they discovered the whole information about their real biological brother being an identical twin instead of a fraternal twin, as they have always thought. My mind kept thinking about it, and I felt that they really needed to be studied, and that's kind of when I took the initiative to contact Nancy Segal, who is a very well-known researcher and has worked with twins as well. My role was to start to set up everything. So I contacted the twins, I was able to connect with them, and I went to Colombia for a personal trip and took the opportunity to be able to arrange a meeting with them and share what is the work and the interest that we have with them. As a social worker, I was bringing to the attention, I would say even to the New York Times and to Nancy, about the cultural aspects of my country. And because you are wearing the glasses of the USA context, right? But then by me being a voice from them into some degree about what is normal there, it doesn't get to be labeled. It doesn't get to be perceived into a negative way because there is an understanding of the cultural context. I would say, even from advising perspective, I always have told my students to follow their passions and to, even if that means to negotiate times around. And I think this is a good example of that. Like if you have something that calls your attention but is not being provided to your job necessarily because of the characteristics of your job, just always take the initiative to take things further. And I will encourage them to do things that are different and sometimes to take risks. I send this email not knowing what will happen, and it has grown into a great thing for me professionally. So definitely, yes, I will bring some of that into Columbia School social work.